Hi there folks, and welcome to another episode of Michael's Backyard Marina. This is a midweek mashup. I'm probably going to drop this video on Wednesday. If you're watching this for the first time, it's probably on a Wednesday. The marina needs some upkeep. We just come out of our winter slumber. It's been raining for the past 2 weeks. It's been cold. It's been, I was gone for 2 weeks, and now I'm back. And this yard has got spots that is this tall, and it's terrible. I got to catch up the yard work here. Before I can do that, I got to get the old lawnmower out and get it tuned up for the season. So this is going to be primarily focused around my Hustler mower, what I do to get it ready for the spring and take me through most of the summer before I do anything else to it. So let's jump in. First thing I got to do is the old Jeep that I keep parked here for the winter, the battery's dead. I knew it was pretty bad last fall, so I'm going to use my jump pack. We're going to jump that Jeep and get it parked out and let it idle over here on the concrete somewhere for a little while, let it charge that battery up. I'm going to have to replace the battery, no question about it. And then we'll jump right in, not a but, then we'll jump right into what I'm going to do for the Hustler. Like I said, it's one that's been sitting since last fall. I did not put a battery maintainer on the battery. I should have. The battery is now 4 years old, and I really question if it's actually going to start it up. Now, if it actually starts it up, it'll run me all summer. If it don't, I've actually bought me another battery to stick in there, and I'll show you how to put that battery in there. So let's jump into getting this old Jeep moved, and then we'll get after the Hustler. Well, first thing I got to get is the key. Just for fun, we'll see if it actually just starts. Maybe it will, but I sincerely doubt it. No click, no nothing. Let's find out if this jump pack will start it. Now you guys probably saw this jump pack on one of my other videos if you've been following me for a little while. It's an air pump jump pack combo from JF Igwo. So we're going to see if it'll actually jump this thing when it's stone cold dead. It's 100% charged. Let's see what it does. Now this is a 3.7 liter V6 and my Jeep Patriot or Jeep Liberty. Hey, we got ding ding sounds. Now I don't get any deader than that. Still shows I got 100% battery life. Now this one here goes from like 100, 75, 50, 25. It goes in 25% increments. Up there just dropped to 75. So the alternator is going to be working hard for a little bit. Very valuable to have one of these around. I'm probably going to need it on the lawnmower too. How many of you think this thing's gonna start? My money is on it ain't gonna start. No way. I cannot believe it ran. It starts. Now I have 203 hours on this. I just changed the oil last fall after the last mowing. We're going to double check that fluid level. Then we're going to sharpen the blades. Then we're going to get after this yard. Now, another thing I like to do is periodically I'm going to check the grease zerks on this thing. I'm going to not just check them, I'm going to grease it, but I want to blow all the debris off, and I usually use my leaf blower for that. Here again, this sat all winter. Let's see if she'll fire. Oh, she kicked. Now, if you use stable in all your gas, and whoops. Use stable in all your gas and use a non-ethanol gas for all your small engines, and use a good quality oil, 2-stroke mix. Your stuff will last much longer. Come on, thing's always been cold-blooded. But year after year, and you put stable in the gas. Here again, this could sit all winter. I come out here, you saw it. I didn't pull it very many times. He's running. Yeah, we're in good shape. Can't beat that. Ooh, ouch. Ooh, ah. All right, what I've got now is that I ran it up on ramps to get me some ground clearance so I could reach under it. I need to raise the deck all the way up too. Or is it all the way up? No. That'll give me a little more clearance. Well, what you're gonna need is a 24mm socket. I use my 1/2 inch with a pull handle and a block of wood. And I use this block of wood to go over there and put the blade up against the deck, and I can break that nut loose. A lot of people have asked me, how do you get those things loose? They're so tight. Well, that's the way I do it. I'm gonna see if I can get you under here. I'm not sure how good the light's gonna be. Let's see how it turns out. All right, I'm trying to get this in here as best I can, but right now you see the deck's right here. The blade pass is real close by it right there. And I'm gonna be turning this obviously counterclockwise to get it off of there. And what I do is I put that block right here between the blade and the deck. When you get the right size block, it'll just stand there for you. Then we'll get the old socketeer on here, and it just breaks loose so easy that way. You don't have to try to hold the blade, and you're not putting stresses on anything that's gonna hurt anything at all. That's how I do it. And actually I do the same thing to tighten it up too. Just that simple. I hope that's visible enough for you to see. But once you got it loose, she's loose, and we'll do that to all 3 blades, and we'll get them in there and sharpen them up. And I'll show you quickly how I touch them up for the spring. Now that you got the blades off, you can see the head of the bolts in this washer is pretty crusty, so I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. Now these are Belleville washers, and what they have is a curve. They're dish shape, and you want to make sure you put them in the right way so that the dish is pointing up. So this is the blade as it goes in. The dish is sitting like this. What that does is when you tighten this down, it keeps tension on everything so it doesn't back off. It's kind of like a lock washer. So I'm going to go ahead and take the wire wheel, and we'll just make these all pretty again. You guys might go, why are you doing that? Well, these threads are getting kind of gnarly. I want to clean them up, and I'll put some Never Sees on it when I put it back together. That's just to keep those threads in there happy and clean and give me a lot more years of service. I like to clean up the mating surfaces here between the washer and where it mounts to the mower, just to make sure there's no debris gonna throw me off when I put it back together. You want it to run as true as it can be. You don't need a big chunk in here making it wobble on you. And those surfaces are nice and clean. We'll do that to the rest of them now. Now, before you guys get all riled up about how I'm getting ready to sharpen this, don't. I use a flap disc. And I can bring that edge back with removing a minimal amount of material. And I've been doing this for over 37 years this way. So it works. And some people worry about, you're going to take the temper out. I don't know what you're going to be typing down below. Type whatever you want. I'll read it. But here we're just going to go ahead and take about the same amount off both sides and call it good. Now hold this thing at a consistent angle. That helps. I'll do the same to this side, and we'll do it the rest of the blades. Now there's some, you're gonna have some big dings where you hit rocks or something maybe. You're not trying to get all those out. You just wear your blade out way too soon doing that. You just want to bring a little bit of an edge back. Like I said, we're not trying to make this razor sharp. I just want to get it to where it'll cut. Because if you make it too sharp, it's just going to go dull really, really fast. It's kind of a sharp blunt, I guess you call it. Now I'm just going to touch up this backside a little bit. Now these blades are original to the mower, so they're running about 4 years old now. And you know, there again, I'm not razor sharp here. I'm not trying to get razor sharp. But as you can see, that's got a sharp enough edge, it'll cut cleaner than it did before. Some people might argue, oh, you want a razor sharp blade. Well, I've been doing it this way a while. This works just fine. Now some of you, if you're a rookie at this, might be going, oh man, I took it off. Now, which way does the blade go back on? Well, some of them make it easy for you. Like this one says grass side right here. That'd be the side that's down toward the grass. And the other side would obviously be up toward the mower. Now the Belleville washer here, as you can see, I didn't clean that one off. I did this one. It's got the crown up. And it's really easy to see it. If you do like this, you can rock it. Do like this, no rock. Now I've got never sees all over this bolt. We'll stick that back up in there and torque it down. And I'll use the same technique to tighten it down as I did to break it loose. I'll put a block there, tighten up against that block, crush this washer just a little bit, and everything's nice and tight. And if yours doesn't have a grass side up, just remember the flat part of the blade where it goes flat all the way across, like this, goes toward the bottom, goes toward the grass, so it cuts it off flat. If you put it in upside down, it's not gonna work very well because it's probably gonna run backwards and it's just gonna beat the grass to death. But you won't have any lift. See how these are designed here to have lift. That lift helps vacuum up the grass, pick it up while it's cutting it, plus helps it shoot it out the side. That's what that's all about. So we're going to head and bolt these back in right now. Well, now is a good time in the spring to take your gas. This is the gas that you've had for your generator per se. That's what I usually have. I keep 2 5-gallon cans of gas here for my generator in the wintertime in case we have an ice storm or something that takes the power out. I've got some juice to keep my juice going. So we're going to go ahead and fill it up. This is a good time to use that fuel and replace it with fresh and in the spring. Because then you're ready for the summer storms that could possibly take your power out. I put stable in this last fall. Works just fine. The gas will be just dandy for this. Here again, non-alcohol gas, non-ethanol gas. Probably ask yourself, Michael, how do you get that can to pour so well? Well, I'll leave a link in the video, or leave a link in the description below. Shows you how I converted these gas cans into gas cans that I pour. As I saw Derek on Vice Grip Garage, he goes, make gas cans pour again. Which is true, because what they got out there now is a pain in the butt to operate. I know it's all about safety. Whoa, we're full. But by golly, they need to be able to, what's safe about making it awkward and dumping gas all over everything? Ain't anything at all safe about that. All right, now that we're topped off with fuel, put the cap back on and I could hold a little more. Now with it sitting on level ground, it's a good time to check the oil to make sure we're still full. Oh yeah, full and brand new. Also, if you got a hydrostatic drive, check your reservoirs. Some of them have 2 reservoirs, some of them have 1 reservoir. Make sure that they say full when cold. There's a full hot and a full cold. If they're full cold, that's where you want to leave it. Don't fill your reservoir all the way up to the top, because as this hydrostatic oil fluid heats up, it expands. You want to have room for it to go somewhere. Well, now that we've got all that done, we're ready to mow. Let's get this yard cleaned up. Well, folks, I hope you found that video informative and helpful. I didn't cover everything in great detail. Be sure to refer to your owner's manual to find out where all the grease zerks are. Make sure you grease those regularly. This one has a service timer that goes off every, I think it's 50 hours. And this one was going off and it's at 203 hours. And I've done the oil filter to air filter late last fall. So she's good to go for another 50 hours. I do this service interval on this one every 50 hours. Now the hydrostat transmission part of it, I'll probably do that after 400 hours more. I did it after 150, which it recommended, and then I'll go 400 more, which would be 550 hours before I do that again, because I put the best stuff in there you can buy for this particular hydrostatic transmission. These are commercial grade hydrostat motors under here, so they should last a good long time. But well, I know this isn't your normal outboard video, but if you have a mower, this may help you. If you have a Hustler, it may help you a whole lot more. But I enjoy making the videos, and I enjoy helping you folks out there figure out how to do certain things. Maybe you've never done a sharpened blade before. Now this particular blades I've sharpened every year, about 2 times a year, and I need to replace them pretty soon. Oliver, what you doing? That's Oliver. And anyway, but yeah, it's about time for new blades, because I've gotten them sharpened. They're starting to get a little thin there. But as you can see, they mow just fine. The other thing that's really nice about having nice sharp blades is it actually will use less fuel. And why I say that is because the blades cut through the grass easier, takes less horsepower to pull it, less horsepower, less fuel consumption. So think about that when you're running around with your dull blades beating your grass to death instead of cutting it. You guys get out there and have some fun. This is Michael saying, if it ain't broke, fix it till it is. We'll see you on the next video, and have a good life.